Hello everyone, this is Simon, DNV's Maros and Taro Product Manager. In this video, I'll walk you through on how to set up rate constraints on flaring using rate management operations. In this model, we have three nodes: a well node, which will supply the primary product oil to the oil node, and gas to the gas node. And both of these are at 200 units per day. To influence the changes in gas flow, we have set up a few schedule activity which will throttle the gas flow at different rates, starting from 25% capacity loss up to 100% loss. And finally, we have also set up a flare, and this flare does not contain any limits, nor does it contain any rate constraints. Now we have ran the model earlier, and what happened is that in this animation, it shows that at no point the system experienced loss of oil due to flaring of the gas, right? So this is the first instance where the 25% production loss on the gas stream happens, followed by the 50%, 75%, and a full loss on the gas stream. So at no point there is any losses to the oil production, right? Even with the full gas system shut down, the full oil production carries on. This is evidence in the flaring operations log. The amount of gas flare corresponds with the varying capacity loss that was carried by the schedule activity set up earlier, right? So the first schedule activity mimics a 25% loss, so that is 50 units, up to a full loss, which is 200 units of flare. Now in this column, we can see that the oil production rate still carries out at full capacity. Yep. So, and this is aligned with what we've seen in the animation earlier. Now, in a scenario where a flare rate should be limited from any downstream gas system failure, we can set up a rate management operations to modify the flaring rate. Now, using the same model, we have set up rate management operations on the gas export node. And what we have set up here is a trigger range of 0 to 100%. And the target node that this limit will be set on will be the flare. And we're gonna limit the flare to 100 units per day. So essentially, whenever the gas stream is in operation, flaring is always limited up to 100 units per day. Yeah. So in normal operations, with no bottleneck downstream, this does not trigger the rate management operations and also the flare rate constraints. So there's no loss in the oil production. Now, when the gas node loses 25% of its capacity, the gas flare is 50 units per day. However, there's no oil production loss. When the gas node loses 50% of the capacity, the system flares at the maximum 100 units per day. And there is still no loss in the oil production. Now, when we increase to the losses to 75% of the gas export capacity, the system flares at a maximum of 100, right? And then we can see that there is some losses to the oil production. Now, when the gas node loses 100% of the production capacity, the system flares at the maximum 100 units per day, and we can see there are further production loss in the oil stream. Yeah. And this would be clearer in the flaring operations log, where it shows the starting rate on flaring at 50 and increase to 100, and it stays there at 100, right? Um, and we can also see that the oil production rate starts to dip when the 75% losses in the gas node happens, and further decreases when there is a full loss in the gas stream. So I hope this simple demo has been helpful to you. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or would like to get in touch, please email digital@dnb.com. Thank you.